Hello, friends. Jeanie Griffin here, coming from Los Angeles on January 6th, 2021. I want to thank you first for all the well wishes for my 35 years of sobriety. Oh, man. I'm in deep gratitude today for a number of things. One, thank you so much. January 6th of 1986, I had no intention of working any kind of a personal growth or spiritual program at all, and I felt like such a failure in my life. I could admit that I was an adult child of alcoholism, meaning that I was raised in an alcoholic home, and that had a lot of effects on me. And then I could also admit that I needed to be in a 12-step program for friends and families of addicts and alcoholics. As a matter of fact, that qualifies the planet. We all could go to that program. But I didn't look at my own drinking because I didn't drink like the people that I thought and knew were alcoholics. And so it wasn't until the women in another program suggested that I take a look at the original recovery program and my own drinking and my own personal growth. So I wasn't going to stay. I don't know what I really wanted. I thought I was going to go get it and leave, whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but it was a change of some sort. But at that time, I wanted everything outside of me to change. It never occurred to me that I had to change. It was all your fault. If you just straighten up and do what I tell you to do, I'd be happy. You probably would be too, but I didn't care much about that. I just wanted to be happy. So mind me. Anyway, but one single day at a time, and here we are many years later. I work in treatment, so I work directly with alcoholics and addicts in recovery, and I love them. The same people that were always sitting in the bars, except today they don't drink. Funny, articulate, smart, sarcastic, adventurous, colorful. I love it. And I encourage them and say, you know, you can recover. It's possible. And you'll be happy. And you'll learn how to be at peace when everything around you's falling apart. So today's been a really emotion-packed day. Secondly, I had the privilege, because I do work in treatment and I do direct client care and work with families. I had the benefit and the privilege to be able to get the vaccine. So I had my first dose of the Moderna vaccine. And I went to a new site that was vaccinating today out in a big, huge park. And it's unprecedented times. These people haven't done this before. Nobody have been where we are today. And so it was very disorganized, and they're having technical difficulties, and they were trying to manage the line. And I thought, here I am in a pandemic in this huge group of people, but they made sure we all were, and everybody was wearing masks and 6 feet apart and minded their own business. But, no chairs, no bathrooms. Well, they alleged there was a porta potty somewhere, but, on a good day, I'm not going into that, much less in the height of COVID. So it was interesting to watch the emotion that went into me getting this. Before I left the house, I couldn't even get organized. I was running around in different circles, and it wasn't until much later that I realized I took my lipstick, which was I didn't put lipstick on. I had a mask on, but I didn't put my eyebrows on. So my gosh, I went to be vaccinated with no eyebrows. Isn't that awful? After all, and I couldn't get organized, and I couldn't decide whether that was because I was getting out of the house and doing some responsible thing besides sneaking to the grocery store, or whether it was the anxiety of the whole situation. COVID is just so sneaky. This thing is gotten into our DNA. It's just something else. So when several of us were talking, I met a coworker there, and I admitted, I said, I'm nervous and I'm disorganized and I have an upset stomach, and we all began comparing notes, and other people were experiencing the same thing. And I'd had a friend who had gotten her shot several days ago or something, and she said it was very emotional. And for me, it really was. It was very discombobulating. So my 10:15 appointment stretched to finally, we got the shot at 12 o'clock. And I was dead to go to the bathroom, but I jumped in my car and drove through the drive-in of a greasy hamburger joint and thought, yeah, I need comfort food. So ate it with all the bun and everything. Didn't eat it there. Of course, I got it and drove home and got home and ate this greasy hamburger. And thank heaven I was occupied today, because I only got snippets of what was happening at the Capitol. So when I got home and I was eating this greasy hamburger, which was delicious, by the way, and I watched a little bit of the news, I was so sad. I felt so sad. Back a long time ago when I was drinking and a young mother, I was a high school teacher, and I taught government and history, American history and American government. And I loved to teach about the three branches and the checks and balances. And one of the things I made sure that my students always knew is that in our country, we can argue and scream and shout and call each other names, but in the end, we don't have coups in our country like other countries do. We have a peaceful transition of power. And that's the way it's been for over 200 years in this country. A peaceful transition of power. And every president has said to the next incoming president, even though they were in bitter campaigns against each other, I pass the baton to you. And today, my heart just sank. So I thought, wow, this is a day I'll remember. 35 years sober. Insurrection at the Capitol. And standing in line for a COVID vaccine. Writing history as I go. Well, I came home, and after eating that, I took to the bed and had a 4-hour nap. So I wanted to do a live. I haven't done a live in a long time. And yet here it is, January 6th, 2021. And we're still in senior jail lockdown. And this video is my 70th video in senior jail. Man, I can't believe it. 70 videos ago, my friends that I'd met in an online program kept telling me to get on video. And I kept thinking, why? And then when we were shut down in March, I did my first senior jail video. And here it is, 70 videos later. I wish I could tell you it was only 70 days, but no. I'm real grateful today. I'm healthy. I have people who love me. I have the ability to love others, and I have the ability to help other people and share my experience, hoping that they can get some hope and they can get some strength from watching my journey. So I thank you for your well wishes. I thank you for your love. I thank you for giving me a higher power, because I didn't have one when I was so lost January 6th of 1986. I hated God and wasn't about to work a spiritual program on a daily basis. But today I have God that I absolutely just depend on. And it's a God of my own understanding. and I have friends in and out of the program, and I have a daughter that I adore, and consistently she was one of the reasons that I got sober. I didn't want to raise another child in alcoholism, and I was doing it. So I love her with more than my soul, and she has a beautiful family. I always wanted to give her the family that I didn't have. That was my goal. I'm going to give this child a family that is sober, that is loving, it's tightly knit, and that's what I tried to do. It never occurred to me that I couldn't do that. I couldn't be a father, because I didn't, what do I know about that? I could be the best mother, but I couldn't be everything. And then I couldn't just hand you a script and say, here, read this, do this, and if you follow it, you'll have a happy life. Well, I don't care whether you really have a happy life, but I'll be happy, and so just shut up and do it. I never thought that that was a wee bit arrogant. So today I have not only her, but I have her wonderful husband who is like a son to me, and these 3 glorious grandbabies. And I'm a cancer survivor, a car wreck survivor, a daily living survivor. You know, living through history. Pretty damn good deal. And you know what? We're Americans, and we're going to live through this as well. So we've just gone through a rough patch, and it's like the universe is saying, look at every area of your life. Look at you. Look inside. Stop pointing the finger outside and look inside. So today I have support from other people, and I teach people that recovery is possible. And if you just shut off the head, we used to say in Texas, take the cotton out of your ear and put it in your mouth. Because if you're talking in early sobriety, you're just spreading the disease. So shut up, listen. And if you want what we have and are willing to go to any length, we promise you, you will be rocketed into the 4th dimension, into an existence that you had never dreamed. And I thought, yeah, right. But it's true. I have been rocketed into living an existence I never have dreamed. So if you're listening and you've wondered about your own drinking, don't go ask everybody in the world. You know, listen to your intuition. And if I can help you, be glad to help you. And so one more time, I'll say, I love you. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. So there.